It is the 30th of November today, and I feel like I have some explaining to do. It has been a while because I've been away for 2 weeks. I feel like there's so much I need to catch up with you on. I don't know if you can tell, I do have a little bit of a tan going on. So I've been away in Egypt for 2 weeks. I went to Hurghada. It was a solo trip. I took 2 weeks out of my schedule to just reframe my mindset and come back feeling a little bit more refreshed. I guess I felt a little bit confused about where I was going with business, with work, with just myself in general. This year, 2024, has been one of the most difficult years so far. Yeah, I don't want to get upset even thinking about it. I needed to just get away, sort my head out, and come back with a more fresh perspective on life. I was struggling so much to focus, and I feel like when you're struggling to focus, it's an indication and a sign that you just need to take time out for yourself, because you can't run a business if you're not focused. It was a well-needed break, and I did so many great things. I met so many great people. I feel grateful to have been able to take that trip and to have been able to get away for 2 weeks rather than just the one, because I really did feel like I needed 2 weeks to be in the sun, to be away from everyone. I'm back and like ready to get into it. I didn't vlog. The plan was to take my camera, but at the very last minute I decided not to, because first of all, this was supposed to be me relaxing. If I had taken my camera, I would have been working. It wouldn't have been relaxing. But also secondly, I was kind of worried about taking my camera because I read online when you're taking equipment like laptops and cameras and all these other things, some of them you have to declare when you're going through security when you get to Egypt airport. I think they also want to see what kind of content you're shooting on your camera, and this isn't a small camera, it's quite a big one, so I do feel like it would have been flagged up when I was going through security. I also thought I'm going to be on my own. I just don't want there to be any chance of me losing my camera, because I had also work saved on this camera, so I just didn't want to take the risk of me taking it there and then not bringing it back, or me losing footage on the camera that I really needed. It's quite bulky to travel with. I think at some point when I get a smaller camera, a more compact camera to travel with, I will start vlogging my travels. I plan to like film some content while I was there, and I didn't really get much of a chance to do that. I was literally just chilling the whole time. Like even when I wanted to work, it was almost like my body was telling me, no, this is your time to relax. So I did. I really just took that time to relax with no pressure to take content for social media or anything like that. I literally didn't even post on social media during that time. When I say I took a break, I actually did take a break.
Habibi, come to Egypt!
Now I'm thinking about work and what I have to do in terms of getting back into the swing of things, because I did actually get back on Thursday morning. So my flight was on Wednesday night at 10, but I reached Gatwick at like 2 a.m. on the Thursday, and then I was home for like 12. It was a long day of travel, and so I just used the Thursday to rest. Even the Friday I was still really tired, so I just used that to rest as well. And today's Saturday, so one of the main things that I'm working on right now is my personal brand. So I've decided that instead of focusing on the agency for now, because December is going to be a quiet month in terms of advertising and lead gen because of the Christmas period, just for the next month I will use that as a chance to catch up with anything that I'm kind of falling behind on. So with the YouTube videos, the vlogs, focusing on building my personal brand on social media, because that's something that I have neglected over the last few months. I've just not been posting content, and it's more to do with my mental mental health than anything else. I've just been struggling a lot with things that I've been dealing with within my family. In order to tackle the personal branding, the first step would be to create a competitor analysis. Honestly, trying to freestyle it, trying to wing it is probably one of the worst things that you can do. There's no strategy, you're just throwing like anything at the wall and hoping something sticks, and it's probably not going to stick. Like maybe 1 or 2 posts might stick, but you don't have a plan of action in place. And the competitor analysis gives you a direction in terms of how and where you want to go with your personal brand. The competitor analysis is really important because it's going to give me better indication of the direction that I want to take my personal brand into, but also it'll give me ideas on the kind of content I should focus on and how I should go about creating that content, what kind of content will work well for my audience. And in terms of the kind of content that I want to focus on, rather than niching down and focusing specifically on business or entrepreneurship and marketing, I've decided that I want to create a personal brand around me, about the things that I enjoy. So like business will be a part of that and marketing will be a part of that, but ultimately my personal brand is all about me as a person, right? It's not necessarily about my businesses and what I'm doing on the side, although some of that will come into it. I want to focus on the kind of person that I am and all my hobbies, my interests, so fitness, food, health, anything that is my passion, like fashion as well, I guess. Because from looking at personal brands of other people, that's what they do. They focus on the things that interest them because the content is just going to be better. When you focus on things that you are actually interested in, you show more of a passion and you actually want to create content for that. Me creating content for business or entrepreneurship, as passionate as I am about those things, they're not my main passions. Like I have more prominent passions and hobbies that resonate with me as a person, which I think people will be more interested in. And it's funny because a few years ago when I was just randomly posting stuff on social media, my social media started growing, and then I just started posting things that I wanted to post and then it stopped growing. I guess it's because I just took it too seriously. One of the main things I realized about social media is you can't take it too seriously. The moment you start taking it too seriously, people are just no longer interested. So you just gotta be authentic and be you. So my first step is to create a competitor analysis. Once I've created that, I'll have the ideas for content and also the direction that I want to take my personal brand into. And of course, I have to get all of these vlogs edited and out as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay.
And of course, Social Bait Academy, this YouTube channel that I've started, I also need to start creating more content for that. Currently, I have 8 subscribers, which is really bad. But at the same time, I'm not even bothering about it too much. I'm just like, okay, if people subscribe, they subscribe. I mean, 8 is still something. That's 8 people who are interested in hearing from me. We're just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna keep posting content and just keep going and hope for the best, because I know there's people out there that want to hear what I have to say. So, and I know that YouTube is also a long game, so we're just gonna stick at it because things take time. And the one thing that I realized from being on this trip, I actually bumped into a guy who's also from the UK. I think he told me he was from Preston. We got talking. He actually has like one of those wristbands. It says on the wristband, never give up. He told me that he was homeless at one point and he'd lost both of his parents. He was going through a really difficult time in life. This wristband that he has on, he wears it every single day as a reminder to never give up, because him never giving up and just like committing to keep going is one of the reasons why he now has a successful construction business. I was really inspired by his story, because you always think yourself you're going through so much difficulty, but there's always someone out there who's going through more shit than you are, and hearing his story really inspired me. Sometimes I just feel like I need to rein myself in a little bit, because I am like such a deep person. I like having deep conversations with people. Like it's just crazy. One minute I'll be really happy and, you know, laughing and joking with you, and then the next minute that same person that I'm talking to, I'll have them in tears because we're having a deep conversation just about life in general. And this guy was like a stranger to me. I'd never met him before. We literally just met whilst I was on this trip to Luxor, and then we ended up sitting next to each other on the bus. I ended up getting him quite emotional. I got emotional myself. And the reason why we got emotional was because we were thinking about like the people that have left us. I was thinking about my granddad. He was thinking about his parents. And I was the one that brought this conversation up. And he was just like, what have you done to me? We don't even know each other and you managed to make me upset. I know that I can be so deep at times. Sometimes I just need to rein it in because I open myself up to people maybe a little bit too much. When you're comfortable with someone, you're comfortable, right? So yeah, I feel like I made a friend after that trip. I made quite a few friends, to be fair. It was a really good trip. And I do hope to go back maybe sometime next year, because although I did Luxor, I didn't get the chance to do Cairo. And of course, you haven't done Egypt if you've not seen the pyramids. So I'd like to go back sometime next year and do that. One of the major things that I want to do like next year is travel more. I want to be in a position where I can do that. As difficult as this year has been, I'm hoping that moving forward, things will become more positive and things will improve, and that I'll be in a better position to be able to do the things that I want to do. Also, considering that I'm on my period, I'm probably not going to move from this spot until the end of this vlog. One of the things that I was worried about before going away was that maybe I wasn't cut out to be an agency owner, and now I feel like that's not the case. I guess I didn't realise how difficult it would be. Running any business is difficult. It's not like it's just particularly difficult to run an agency. I've accepted that. The thing I've realised is I have so many regrets in life up until now, and if I don't at least try to make this a success, I will regret it. Next year is going to be the year where I really try to put this business on the map, really try and grow it. I'm definitely in a much more kind of positive mindset about the business and where I want to be, and I feel like it's given me clarity, which is 100% what I needed, because I was very confused about what I wanted to do, the direction that I wanted to take my business in before I left. But now, with a fresh mind, with a break that I managed to get, I do feel like I'm more clear about what I want to do. So that's something that I'm really grateful for. One of the things that I'm going to do is rebrand myself online, so I need to work on like my Instagram, LinkedIn, all these other platforms that I've already kind of established myself on. I just want to focus on like 3 platforms where I want to grow, no more than that, because it would just become too much. I think once I've come up with a strategy, I'll then start creating more content. This next month is literally going to be me creating content, trying to make something of myself, getting myself out of this position where I feel stuck and where I feel unhappy. Nobody wants to be in that position. If I want to be successful, it's down to me. Nobody else can help me get there apart from myself. I'm the only one who's responsible for my life and the direction that I take it in. Yes, the last year's been shit. I feel like I have a lot of that crap that I'm probably going to take into 2025, but it's fine because we're going to tackle one problem at a time. My routine since I've been away has been all over the place. Like, I've been sleeping at weird times and I've been waking up at weird times. I've been eating at strange times. I also didn't even journal whilst I was away, so my one goal for the end of this year is to be consistent with journaling. I'm not planning to travel anywhere in December. It should be easy for me to stick to that. So I will be journaling tonight, and I've also got myself onto 2 different books. I'm going to show you them now. So the first book that I ordered was this one, which is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Now this book has been recommended to me by so many people. It's supposed to be one of like the biggest books in terms of financial education. I've read around, I want to say like 80 pages or something of this. I don't even have a bookmark in here, which I do need to start bookmarking it, but it's actually got like little activities and stuff that you can do in here. Study session sections, that's it, which kind of ask you questions to refresh your memory. I need to get through this one. My aim is to finish this in December. Another one that I've been recommended by so many people, Good Vibes, Good Life by Vex King. I follow this guy on Instagram and I love his posts. I find them very inspiring, so it's been on my reading list for quite a while. I only started reading like the introduction of this. It talks quite a bit about his life. This is like a self-help book. From what I understand anyway, it's about how he overcame the challenges in his life. I'll read a little bit from the back. How can you learn to truly love yourself? How can you transform negative emotions into positive ones? Is it possible to find lasting happiness? In this book, Instagram guru Vex King answers all of these questions and more. Vex overcame adversity to become a source of hope for thousands of young people, and now draws from his personal experience and his intuitive wisdom to inspire you to practice self-care, overcome toxic energy, and prioritize your well-being. Cultivate positive lifestyle habits, including mindfulness and meditation. Change your your beliefs to invite great opportunities into your life, manifest your goals using tried and tested techniques, overcome fear and flow with the universe, find your higher purpose and become a shining light for others. In this book, Vex will show you that when you change the way you think, feel, speak and act, you begin to change the world. I mean, I need all the positivity I can get right now. I feel like this book has come into my life at the right time. This one and the Rich Dad Poor Dad one, because my financial situation right now is a little bit of a mess. So that's something that I'm trying to sort out, and my mental health over the last few months has also been a little bit of a mess. That's also something I'm trying to sort out. I want to just end this vlog here. In the next one there'll be more kind of interesting things for me to show you, especially when it comes to creating content, being out of this environment, because I find that I'm at home a lot. It's not on purpose, it's just where I am most of the time now, unless I'm actually out. But obviously without my office now, I work from home, so I don't really have much of a choice apart from being at home. Don't have anything extra to add to this vlog. I feel like I've gone through everything. I guess I'll just see you in the next one.